Hello, good morning. Today we will be going over the Antigone questions the Antigone revision questions for your exam. So let's start here with the prologue and the parados. So it starts with number one. Why, according to Antigone, does Polynices, her brother, deserve to be buried? This is in lines 17 through 23 of the introduction to Antigone. The answer is both her brothers, Polynices and Eteocles, fought bravely for their city, Thebes. Although Polynices was considered an invader, it is still his city and he still fought bravely for it. So Antigone believes that Polynices deserves a proper burial right because it is still his city. Number two, what does Antigone ask her sister Ismene to help her do? And how does Antigone try to convince her? This is in lines 27 through 33. Antigone asks Ismene, her sister, to help her bury Polynices, their brother. Antigone tries to convince Ismene by asking her what is more important, being a true sister and a good family member, or a traitor to her family. Next question, what is Ismene afraid of? This is in lines 41 through 52. Ismene is afraid of being punished and killed by Creon if she breaks the law that he made about Polynices. The rest of their family is already dead. She thinks it would be a terrible tragedy if the two of them would die in such a horrible way as well. She is scared of being punished, and she does not want to die and lose her sister. The next question, number four, what warning does Antigone give Ismene when she refuses to help? This is in lines 53 through 61. Antigone warns Ismene that if she does not help now, she will not allow her to take any credit later. Antigone believes that the law of the gods, or the supreme law, or the divine law, these are all the same thing, is more important than the law of man, the law of mankind, or Creon's laws, or laws that men create. And her sister has lost her understanding of that. Ismene is her sister, has lost her understanding of that. Next question, how does Antigone feel about death overall? This is lines 61 and 80 and 81. Antigone says she is not afraid of death for herself. She believes that the most important law is divine law, the law of the gods. She is more afraid of death without honor and disrespecting the gods than she is of death itself. The last question from the introduction, how does the chorus feel about Polynices in the Parados? Parados is the first song they sing. In Parados, the chorus and the choragus do not like Polynices. They see him as an invader. They see him as someone who came to their city and brought destruction and war and violence, someone responsible for the deaths of many people, and he also killed the previous king. They see him as a villain. So now for scene one, the first scene, these are some questions about scene one. What metaphor does Creon use to describe the city and the war that the city had just gone through? Creon describes the city as a ship that has hit a storm, and due to the mercy of the heavens, they were able to safely come back to harbor, safely come back to shore. He uses this analogy or this metaphor to show that his rule, his law, is blessed by the gods, and he deserves his kingship because of his divine right, or he is blessed by the gods to be the king. The second question, number two, how does Creon try to earn the trust of the people? This is in lines 18 through 27. He talks a lot here. What Creon is saying in his speech, when he is giving his speech to the people, he tries to earn their trust by telling them that no ruler can simply expect the trust and loyalty from the people. He tells them that he would earn their trust and show them that he will severely punish anybody who breaks the law and that there should be no exceptions. Creon is not the type of person who would choose friendship or favorites over the law, and people that disrespect the law are not the type of people he wants, and those people are not real friends of the community or of the city. So he says, I've made this law, and to show you how honorable of a king that I am, if anybody breaks this law, even if it is my family, they will be punished. I do not play favorites. The next question, number 3. Why does Creon believe Eteocles should be honored and Polynices should be dishonored? This is in lines 33 through 40. Creon believes that Eteocles should be honored because he defended his city with courage and valor against Polynices. He believes Polynices should be severely punished because he attacked his own native city and tried to enslave his own people with an enemy army. So Polynices went out and brought enemies of the state and made an army out of them to attack the city, to attack Thebes. Number 4, the sentry or the guard comes to Creon with bad news. What does he say to defend himself? This is lines 67 through 68. The sentry comes to Creon in a panic. He's very panicked. He's scared. And he swears that he did not see who did it. He does not know anything about it. Nobody saw anything, and tries as hard as he can to defend himself and the other guards, saying that nobody saw what happened. The guards are all scared of Creon. They are worried that if they are to take blame, then they will be executed or punished or killed. Number 5. How did the guards find the body of Polynices, and how did they react when they found the body? The guards find the body of Polynices with dust and holy water on it, not enough to be considered a real burial, but enough for the ghost's peace. There was no evidence of any tracks or big movements at the scene, and all the guards began to accuse each other while also trying to defend themselves, saying that it wasn't me, and they were blaming other guards, saying it might be them. They were, again, were all very scared of what Creon might say or do to them if they were blamed for this crime. Next question, line number 6. Who does Choragus think might be responsible? How does Creon feel about what he says? Choragus very quickly suggests that it might be the gods responsible for this burial. Creon doesn't believe that the gods would desire the body of Polynices since he had not done any honors to them. So the Choragus says maybe it was the gods, and Creon says, why would the gods want this body? He has not done any honors. Creon is acting like he knows what the gods want. The next question, who does Creon think is responsible and why did they do it? This is in lines 114 to 120. Creon believes it was anarchists and anti-government people that worked together and bribed the guards or paid the guards to bury the body like this. He believes that there is corruption in the guards and that someone is greedy for money or gold. Then the last question, how does Creon threaten the sentry or the guard? Creon tells the sentry that if he does not find the person responsible for this act, that he would punish him instead. Creon is constantly using threats of violence and punishment to get what he wants. These are the first 2 parts to Antigone.